my lovely friends, welcome to Creative Art. I am Nilima, bringing you the best art tutorials on YouTube. So if you're an art lover, do consider subscribing this channel so you don't miss any updates on the recent art forms. In today's tutorial, we are going to make this beautiful clear resin tray with some dried flowers and lots of gold flakes. This resin tray can be used in so many different ways. It not only deserves to be the centerpiece of your table, but it also can be used in many different ways, not only for placing just cups and glasses, but this can also be used for placing your accessories, your last time makeup, perfume bottles, house key, and definitely it can also be used as a cake cutting tray. Once the resin is cured completely, it is said to be food grade. So you can definitely place all different types of things you want on this beautiful tray, and I definitely think this is a must try, a must make DIY. In my next tutorial, I will also show you to make these beautiful dried flower coasters which will match this tray. And now let's check out all the materials to make this beautiful clear resin tray, which you can buy online from one stop, which is Craftify Z. The links will be given in the description box below. To make this beautiful resin tray, first of all, we're going to need resin and hardener. And this time I'm going to use a resin and hardener from Lepox, and this come in 1.5 kg packaging, 1 kg of clear resin and half kg of hardener. Lepox resin is to be mixed in 2:1 ratio. That means 2 parts of resin and 1 part of hardener by weight. That means you're also going to need a weighing scale to measure this resin, few silicone cups or paper cups for pouring the resin and mixing. You're also going to need few ice cream sticks for mixing the resin. Other than that, I'm also going to use a gas torch to pop out bubbles. Now let's come to the main ingredients which I'm going to use other than resin is a gold foil. So this is how beautiful a gold foil looks. I love the shine of gold foil, so I'm going to use a pure gold foil. Other than that, I have book pressed few pink flowers, and you can either open them like this and press them in book, or else you can close them and press it in this way. Both the ways look really good. So here are few pressed flowers. I did press them in book. Just pluck few fresh flowers, place them in between a paper like this. Close the paper, keep it inside a book, pressure it with some weight, and wait for just 1 to 2 weeks to get this kind of flowers. Not all flowers can be pressed. Next, and the most important thing we need for this resin tray is a resin mold. So here I have quite a big size of a resin mold, and I have to fold it to show you. This is how it looks. I have already cleaned it before using, and I'll give you all the links to buy this big size of resin mold because the tray comes out really big and beautiful. Other than that, I'm also going to use a hand drill, which is to be used in this way. It's really easy to use a hand drill as compared to an electronic drill. It also costs less and can be used in most of the resin artworks. Very much preferable to place this kind of metallic handles on your resin artwork. So in the last, I'll show you how to do this part. List of all these materials will be mentioned in the description box below with their links from where you can buy them online. So let's start this DIY now, friends. First of all, we'll start by mixing some clear resin. So for that, here we have a resin and hardener on the left side. Here is our electronic scale, and this is a silicone cup. Let's place it on scale and then press the tare button. As this is quite a big size of tray, so I'm planning to pour a resin layer by layer, so it gives me enough time to place the flowers and the gold foils just according to my need. First of all, I'm going to mix 300 grams of resin. So I'm pouring 200 grams of resin in the container. Make sure when you start pouring resin or start using resin, you're wearing hand gloves and face mask, and you are standing in a well ventilated room. Generally, I do
my resin work and all the artwork right in front of my window, and while I'm doing resin work I keep my windows and doors open, so any kind of smell or irritation can easily pass away. So here I have got exactly 200 grams of resin. Let's add hardener. You can also do it in separate cups, but I just directly like to do it. Adding 100 grams of hardener will make it total 300. So as soon as you go to 290, make it a little slow. So here we have 300 grams of resin. I just got 1 gram extra of hardener. And once you have poured it, you cannot remove it. So I'm going to switch it off, gently lift this, remove my electronic weighing scale, and now thoroughly mix the resin using ice cream stick till you get a very clear mixture. I like to do it for at least 3 to 5 minutes continuously till it is mixed completely. Okay, now I have finally completed mixing the resin, and this is how clear it looks. It does have few bubbles, but as this resin has an auto release formula, all the bubbles will come on the top automatically. Now after mixing the resin, here we have 11 into 16 inches big size resin tray mold. And first of all, we'll start by pouring a layer of clear resin all over the mold. I'm going to pour the complete resin in the tray, and using the ice cream stick, spread the resin till the ends. Now all the resin is spread out equally. I'm going to use my gas torch and pop out the bubbles which are on the top. I'll gently torch the entire resin. Okay, so all the bubbles are removed. This is very easy to do. I'll let it be like this. Until that, I'm going to prepare one more batch of clear resin. Now again, in the same way, I have prepared more 300 grams of clear resin, and this time before pouring resin, we are going to divide it in 100 and 200 ml parts. This is my 100 ml. We're going to keep it separate. This is the gold foil I'm planning to mix. This is how thin and delicate it is. I generally like to mix gold foil directly with resin. Different people have different choices. Just put it in the resin and stir it in this way. It will break by itself. So this is how the resin and gold mix will look. We have clear resin prepared. We have prepared gold resin. Now it's time for us to place these beautiful flowers we book pressed. So gently I'll pick up one by one and place them. So now I'm satisfied by the way all the flowers are placed. I'm just going to add a gentle amount of clear resin on the flowers. And this is how they come to life and start moving from their place. And now it's time to pour the resin with gold plates we prepared. Gently, just gently start pouring it surrounding the petals. If you see any chunk of gold in one place, gently use the ice cream stick to spread it out. Now finally, I'm going to pour some of the clear resin I have remaining on the flowers. Now finally, after pouring all the gold mix resin, this is how beautiful our tray looks. I will let it stay for at least 10 to 12 hours so that this layer gets hardened up completely, and then again we need to pour 300 ml of resin so that the tray gets thick enough and all these beautiful pink flowers with the gold leaf gets a double coating, and that would also make this tray thick enough to hold and long lasting. Now finally, after 24 hours, I'm going to pour the final layer of a clear resin. Now in this big cup, I have prepared total 400 grams of clear resin, and this is how the mixture looks. Currently our tray contains 300 plus 300, that is 600 grams of resin, and now we are going to add more 400 grams of resin on the tray. It is really very important that your tray is thick enough, as it is quite a big size of tray, so the thickness of tray must be at least 1 centimeter. So now finally, after pouring the resin all over the tray, I'll gently make sure that the resin has spread to all the corners by gently sliding an ice cream stick and pour extra resin wherever it is needed. Now I'm going to use a gas torch to blow out all the tiny bubbles from the top of the resin. If you want, for the final layer, you can also add a little bit of gold flakes, but this totally adds a very good depth to the entire tray and makes it look so beautiful and transparent. So now friends, I will let it get dry for at least 2 days completely, because now it finally contains 1 liter of resin in this tray. And let me show it to you after 2 days. Finally, after 24 hours, this is how our resin tray looks. I generally like to cover up my resin trays using a cling film foil, so any dust particles won't fall on our tray while it is getting dry or while it is still in the soft mode. So now I'll just remove the cling film foil from all the sides of the tray. And this is how beautiful our tray looks. So to remove the tray from the mold, gently spread out the tray corners in this way. Okay, so this tray will easily get separated from the mold. Do this same step from all the sides. I have to say, quality of mold is really nice because it's coming out so smoothly. Now I'm going to press the mold in the bottom and gently lift up the tray in this way. See, it came out so smoothly, and this is how beautiful the front side looks, how beautiful, clear and shiny. Let me show you the smooth back side. Wow. Now let me show you the thickness of this tray. It's about 1 centimeter of thickness, and this much thickness would be enough for this beautiful and big size of tray. Now this is how beautiful our tray looks when it is finally out of mold. These pink flowers look so beautiful and bright, and it perfectly goes with this beautiful golden leaves we have put with the resin. So now friends, let's move to our final step, which is to place these handles on the tray and also clear out any sharp edges. Now to clear out any sharp edges, I like to use a cutter, and using a cutter just hold the tray in this way and drag the cutter along the sides in this way. It will scrape out any hard or any uneven edges, and this is how easy it goes. All the sharp edges will come out with this kind of white flakes. These are actually some resin flakes, and this is how you can get a smooth and clear edging. So this is the sharp edgings which can be easily removed. I'll keep it aside. Do the same from all the sides so that your tray is harmless to anyone who is holding it. Now let me show you how I'm going to place these metal handles on the resin. Place them approximately. Then using a scale, take an approximate measurement where you want to place the handles. I'm marking it on the scale exactly where I want to place it, as well as where we have to do the holes. Now either you can pick up the same scale, or if you have one more scale, make use of one more scale and take the same measurements. Now after doing the markings, which is here and here, right here, I have done a cross marking which is visible. Take one more time the right measurement so that you do not miss any points. Okay, this absolutely fits and it's equal on both the sides. I have taken equal measurements for both the handles. So now either you can use a professional drill or else you can use a hand drill like this one. This one is also available on Amazon, and for resin crafts this is a very handy piece. You just have to place the drill exactly on the point where you want to dig. Hold it in one place, keep your thumb on the top and gently start pressing it, and as you go far you can see that you'll get a dot like this one. I'll place the screw exactly on the point, and you can clearly notice that the hole this hand drill is digging, it's definitely smaller, way smaller than the size of screw, so this one won't pass through one hole. So for that I do have a solution. Is I'm going to dig 4 holes exactly side by side using the same hand drill so that this size of screw can pass through it. So here you can see that I have done 4 small holes, and I'm going to continue all these 4 small holes, attending one by one alternatively so that I can dig them deeper. It's very simple. You just have to hold this handle in this way and keep pressing it. Now finally and successfully I have dug 2 holes. This is one and this is one, and this size of screw now can pass through this hole. So now just turn the tray in this way. These are the holes visible. Try to insert the screw. Use a screwdriver. Okay, now the screws are till this part. You can see it's just about to come out of the resin. So now we have to place the handles on this screw and then start tightening the screw from the other side. I'm going to do this part by myself. And finally, after placing both the handles, this is how our tray looks. You can easily lift it up. It's so clear and shiny. Look how beautiful and bright the flowers look. The entire resin is clean and clear, just with the beautiful petals and the gold leaf all around. Look how clear and beautiful it looks. This beautiful and attractive tray definitely deserves to be the center point of your table. You can not only place glasses and cups on this tray, but you can also use it for cake cutting trays, as once the resin is cured completely, it is qualified to be food grade. But I would personally suggest you to keep your accessories, last time makeups, and perfumes on this beautiful tray, because this definitely deserves a special place and you can use it every day in your daily life. In my next tutorial, friends, I'm also going to show you how to make this beautiful resin tray coasters, which will definitely match this beautiful resin tray. So do give it a try, make it yourself, and do tell me in the comments below what do you think about this tutorial. And if you do like my tutorials, friends, please do like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching.